Debra uses her visibility and connection as an actress to help youngsters in many other programs. She believes that through helping others, it gives her an opportunity to grow spiritually as well.
There are a number of programs I've been a part of that I'm very proud to be a part of, and I think going back to being an actress, getting the visibility that I have had, the blessed visibility that I have had, has allowed me the opportunity to go into programs. I still could have gone on them without that very easily, but having that gives me a leg up to be able to have a better access, a quicker access, and an access where people won't turn away, where people will automatically embrace it. And I've been very blessed to be able to go into the Department of Juvenile Justice, the California Youth Authority, lockdown facilities, group homes. I've been very blessed to be able to get the opportunity to go in doing programs and motivational speaking programs as well, and art programs and games nights and stuff. So I've been very blessed on that level to actually feed others and know that I'm being fed. It's also very selfish too, because it helps me thrive. I need it as much as you need it.
You probably get a greater reward for doing the work than you would for doing anything.
Absolutely. My spirit feels it all the time. I'm grateful. And not only that, but it's humbling to know that when you come to this planet to do something and the universe says, even though this was a circumstance and a byproduct, here's where we want you to understand this other thing. It is humbling to know that the universe has chosen you and that you have accepted and embraced the challenge and the joy and the understanding and the validation that what you have is worthy, that the universe is validating that what you came to this planet to do and what you now have comes from inside. It can't be taken away by anything. It thrives within you. It is a deep wellspring, and you will be able to offer it. It is a humbling, just the thought of it is humbling to know that what you have is powerful. And that it's a huge responsibility, that what you have is so worthy. And it's my responsibility to make people understand, to help them understand, to love them, to nurture them, to embrace them, and to validate them, to understand that what they have inside is worthy and important and vital to the universe as well as the individuals they have yet to meet and whose lives they are yet to change.
Her love and respect for life naturally led her animal rights groups that care for the needs and welfare of animals. And thus, Debra becomes a champion for animals.
We started out basically with dogs and cats and programs and various organizations like the Humane Society. And it kind of went into basically more like house pets, like dogs and cats, through Animal Avengers, Stray Rescue of St. Louis. Let's see, what else have I been involved with? Linda Blair's World Heart Foundation, which is specifically a pit bull rescue, and New Leash on Life Animal Rescue, which is primarily dogs and cats. Some larger breed animals like horses, but primarily dogs and cats. And it's been amazing to be connected that way and then connect people that way by hosting events and celebrating how beautiful we are. I think as a host it was important for me to bring that spirit element, which is let's celebrate the human spirit and how amazing we are on the inside, that when we do this we're saving our own lives, we're connecting to the living things because we're connecting to the human celebration of how wonderful we are to do this in the first place.
When Debra started to work for Animal Acres and Farm Sanctuary, it expanded her love even more to include farm animals. As a result, she tried going vegan for a few days a week.
When I became a part of Animal Acres and Farm Sanctuary, there were so many things I was not aware of, so many things that were about to take me on the continuing spiritual path of all sentient beings, not just dogs and cats, but of farm animals. And it made me embrace my vegetarianism even more and make me go vegan a number of days a week. Especially when I found out how foie gras was made and I saw file footage of hidden cameras in factory farming. And not only was I appalled, but I cried so hard for the universe. And that unless I was doing something about it, I was a part of it. And I became a strict vegetarian. At that point, there was no poultry, no fish, no shrimp, no shellfish, nothing. No sentient being. I couldn't, because I felt like I was eating murder at that point. I was eating death. And then I couldn't thrive that way. And then it also took me to the next level of saying, I need to explore veganism. I need to explore that at least 2 to 3 days a week and see if I can embrace that before I move forward into it. Once I saw how foie gras was made and the lack of quality of life, that was basically you are bred to die. Yet we would never do that to our children. We would never do that to another human being. And yet we feel like this sentient being has no soul and has no life and has no right. But it does have a right simply because it was created. And if we connect to our higher power, we understand that we are shamed if we do less than allow this animal to live the way we live, with a certain amount of quality and dignity. And at that point I said, never again. I can't do it. I can't do it. And it was a spiritual decision. It wasn't just a physical or nutritional decision. It was a spiritual decision. And it was the next growth. And growth is not always easy. Spiritual growth is not always easy, because it makes you take on responsibility. It makes you have to sacrifice certain things, regardless of everybody else's thought process.
Debra also practices meditation to become more in tune with the universe and inner self. She is always looking for ways to grow and to become a better human being. She even taught herself how to play the didgeridoo.
I can't even eat eggs because I knew that that was designed, the pure beauty and the design of that was to be a living being. I can't do it. Can't do it. And I'm glad I can't. I'm always looking to grow and evolve, but that's something I ask of myself. I embrace asking, how can I grow? How can I give back? How am I supposed to support the planet? Because when I do, I realize, I'm giving myself, I'm feeding myself, I'm learning, and it's satisfying.
You were talking about music earlier, and I understand that you play the didgeridoo. Can you tell us how that ever came to happening?
I found the didgeridoo. I was in a park in South Pasadena. There was an art festival going on. It was just amazing. And as I was leaving, I heard this really ambient, amazing vibration across the park. And I went over to it and I asked the gentleman, I was like, this is amazing. Tell me more. Just tell me. He goes, it's a didgeridoo. It's an Aboriginal instrument from Australia. And I closed my eyes and I listened to it. And seconds later I went, I know how to play that. I knew how to play it. The sound was in me. It was almost like the creation of life. It's just like the sound of Om, which is the vibrational sound in meditation for yoga. It's the sound of life. It is the common denominator of vibrations. Everything creates a vibration. The trees against the wind. Everything in the world and the universe vibrates. And he handed it to me, says, okay, show me. And I started playing it. I didn't perfect it, mind you, but I knew how to get the sound, that vibration, because it was in me. It was indigenous. Everything is my teacher, and I embrace that. So in my meditations every day, when I'm meditating and when I'm creating and asking, and at the same time asking the universe to create an offering for me to be a better human being, I never forget that I'm here to learn, to grow. I'm never forgetting that I'm here to evolve. And that at the same time that I ask for certain things, I'm willing to step back and surrender, because the universe is infinitely wiser than I, and will give me what I need to be a better human being. I'll always, as an actress, be able to make money. I love doing voiceovers. I've done film. I've done television. I will continue to do those things. But the bottom line is all the material possessions that come from that thing will leave, will go, will come and go back and forth. But the thing that I will embrace, that will always be with me, that will be my wellspring, when someone says, I don't need your money, I don't want your money, I just want to say hello, I just want to hug, I just want to talk, I just want someone to listen to me, I want someone to validate me. That's where my wellspring comes into play. That's where all of my prayers and meditations for stepping back and surrendering, for listening to that quiet voice, and for having the vibrato to ask the universe to be a better human being and move full force into doing that, that's where all of that comes into play. That's where I know all of those prayers and meditations have not only been answered but been validated. That's where I become truly who I am supposed to be. Bottom line.
Thank you, Debra, for sharing your time, talent, and love with all beings. We wish you inner peace and joy in every aspect of your life. Thank you, loving viewers, for joining us on this series of Vegetarian or Vegan Elite.